Okay. I would like us to understand that should you have to become a member of SHRPAN, should you want to be a member of SHRPAN, the institute of the institute kindly pay the sum of 10,000 naira only into our designated account and send payment evidence, scanned copy of your CV or resume to the email above, and the council will evaluate and revert on the proper membership cadre you can go for. And we'll have different levels. We have the basic and advanced level. For the basic level, we have 120,000 naira associate exam route. We also have 180,000 naira associate professional route. Then we'll have the advanced level 180 full membership exam route, 250,000 naira full members professional route. So in the course of this lecture, we'll be posting the account details and the WhatsApp lines. So if there are questions that you have, please you pen down your questions. So after the lecture, there will be a question and answer section where you can ask your questions. So without wasting much of our time, we spent out of our time already. So let me go back and check if our facilitator is here so that we can, okay. Okay, sir, your hand is up, please. Kindly go ahead and speak, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I just want you to know that I dropped something, a message for you on your WhatsApp. Just kindly check that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, no worries, sir. I got it covered. Okay, I don't know. Our facilitator, I don't know if he's here already, Mr. Victor Imojime. He's the one that is supposed to be moderating, taking us through this section today, but he's not here. He's not here already. So let's proceed. Okay, like I was saying, you talk about SHRPAN. This is a body that you come and learn from a well-experienced professionals who have been in the industry, in the HRO space, who has built an empire for themselves to make sure that they train other persons, other human resource professionals to become more professional in their space. So without wasting much of our time, our facilitator for today is here in the person of Mr. Victor Imojime. So I'm going to bring him on board. Mr. Victor, please, the floor is yours now.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Jude. Good evening, everybody. Please, you can hear me, acknowledge.
I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Victor.
That's great. Good to see you guys. Good to see everybody here again. Not so much for Faith, but yes, good to see you too. Okay, I can see Darlington. I can see Faith. I can see Jude. How are we doing? How's the break? Do we have a break, or we're still at work? This is work now, so I would consider we're still at work. But yes, we've had a little break. We need it for our mental shift. We all need to rest sometimes. You know, as human resource professionals, we know the value of mental health and balance between work and life. Not just it's not just a theory. It's not just a thing for the book. It actually does exist, and it influences our performance very much. So whenever you can make out time, always take a few minutes, rest. Even if you're not sleeping, rest. Don't engage your brain a lot. You're a human being. You're not an AI. Even AI. And then now we're on to another one. Today is quite an interesting session. I understand it's going to be an interesting session. What are we having on board today? Is there anybody that cares to enlighten us a bit? What are we supposed to be talking about today? Like I'm always saying, it's more or less like we exchange knowledge, we exchange information because it's HR. HR is human behavior. There are no fixed laws as to how human behavior works. We just consider human behavior in the workplace. So we all have our perspective. What are we expecting from today's class? We're talking talent management. Talent management. There's no need for introduction. Mr. Jude has done justice to that already, and I think I'm a familiar face. So one or two persons, what are we expecting from these 2 hours? The floor is open. Anybody, guys. You know how it works with me. We have to talk. We have to communicate. Yes, who's going first? It's not difficult for me. Darlington, you know I will always pick you up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello, sir. Can you come again, please?
Yes, thank God now you can now someone can hear me. At points I thought I was going mad. So I'm saying now as human beings, right? We do HR, which is human resources. Our major concern is human behavior, but human behavior in the workspace, human behavior in the organizational setting. Okay. So what I'm asking us is, as of this evening, these 2 hours we have, what are we expecting? We've seen the display, we've seen the presentation. We're talking talent management. So when it comes to your mind, when you listen to the word talent management, and then you know it's human resource. So when you put these two together, what are you expecting from today after this session?
At least what I actually expect is, it has to do with core components of HR management. Maybe we'll focus on maximizing the potentials of the workforce to achieve the business goal.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. Maximizing the potential of the workforce. Keywords. Those are the things I take away from your answer. Very important. Workforce, human beings. Maximize. That means get the optimum use of. Get it at its peak. Potential. That's where I have a question. Potential. What is potential, Darlington?
Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Thank you.
Okay,
what is potential, darling?
For the potentials, I see it as, identifying, what attracting skill candidates, for a particular role or for a particular job that needs to be done.
Okay, I can work with that. That's in that's in line. We just need a bit of modification. But like I said, guys, another thing I want us to understand before we proceed is there is no right or wrong answer in this session. Okay? We're talking perspective, we're talking angles. So one person looking at it from an angle, it's 6. Another person looking at it the other way, it's 9. You see that? So we are going to be looking at perspectives, not exactly right or wrong. Why I'm saying that is because I want us to communicate, be able to share whatever it is that comes to your mind about a particular construct. That way, we can always push ourselves to the best. So, is there anything anybody would want to get off their chest before we go in? That was from Darlington. We have a couple of other people that are just joining us. Please, I've met Mr. Darlington before, but I'm yet to meet some of us. So I would really like to know that. The new people, if you're new, this is your first time listening to Mr. Victor Valdez, please, I would appreciate an introduction. My day just got better, guys. You have no idea. You have no idea. Please give me a minute. All right, before anybody introduces, give me a minute to take out time. I'd like to give a shout out to someone very, very important. Okay, very, very important. By name of Mr. Amos Emeka. He's uh, a grounded human resource professional. I would have used seasoned, but for very particular reasons, the choice of word is not allowed. So he's a very grounded human resource professional. He's particularly focused in comp and then compensation and benefits. He's head of HR. Trust me. So when I say particularly focused, it's just specialization. If there is anything you would want to know in human resource, you reach out to Mr. Amos. If you don't get it there, then it's a different discipline. It's not a human resource. Guys, please, can you give it up for my brother, my friend, my family, my teacher, Mr. Amos, please? If your emojis are working, I would really appreciate them on the screen. This man is responsible for what you guys are listening to now. What you may think is Mr. Victor Valdez is just a product of the hard work of Mr. Amos. All right, so please, guys, I would appreciate another round of applause for Mr. Amos. Mr. Amos, thank you for joining us. Great, great, guys. So back to where we were. If this is your first time with Mr. Victor Valdez, please, I would like an introduction. I can see Gloria, I can see Basti, I see Jude, where I know Darlington. If there's some other person, this is your first time, anybody can go. Unmute and give us a quick one. Your name, your practice, what you expect. Let's be quick. Basti Egbe, you can come first. Basti, if you can hear me, the floor is yours.
Sorry, I didn't get what you said. If you don't mind, you can. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get your question or what you were saying.
Yes, an introduction, a brief introduction. Okay. Your name, your area of specialization, your expectations, let's say, in the human resource field. In the human resource field. All right, so we can get it up if this is your first time. So go ahead. TikTok, guys, TikTok. I'm not talking of the app.
Okay. Well, my name is Bassy James Ede. I'm a human resource officer. My expectation is to become a human resource specialist, or like a human resource journalist.
Okay, great. Basti John, Human Resource Officer. Great. Let's go. Esther Creations. You're next. Give us an idea. Let's get to know who we're talking to.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm not new. I attend your first class.
Okay. Yes, that's true. Thank you for clarifying. Gloria Eledu. Please forgive me if I'm murdering your name. It's not intentional.
Okay, this is not my first time either. This is not my first
Okay, you
time.
were with us.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's great. I'm not sure I've heard from Jovita Akinian. Jovita, are you with us? Jovita, are you with us? When you can hear us, you indicate. We're running on the clock. Okay, so guys, our main focus for today is talent management. talent management. Darlington said potential, and I said what potential is. Okay, so we could start from the talent management. Now, when you say something is someone is talented, right? So this is something that you're blessed with. This is something innate. This is something you're good at. Okay. Mr. Amos Bobby, talented orator. He speaks easy. Talented man. He knows how to handle situations. You see that? So you can all agree with me that it's not every talented person that comes out successful. Do we agree on that? You can give me a thumbs up if you agree and a thumbs down if you don't. Not every talented person comes out successful or productive. Why? Because every player needs a coach. Every footballer needs a coach. The being able to use it is a different thing altogether. Have you, the ladies, you've gone to the makeup artist before. You see, you may be naturally beautiful, but the makeup artist brings that beauty out and management is. We are going to discuss on how to get the best out of our resources, our human beings, our staff. All right? Noted. Okay, so now talent management generally, all right, is a process, a procedure that combines a lot of activities that result into what? Developing, retaining, deploying human resources in the organization. First, you have to acquire, you develop them, and after that, well, you deploy them. What does deploy mean? You've heard where they say they deploy soldiers. They send them on errands. You post them to departments. There are different words you can use. The point, you send them to actually carry out the work which they were required, they were recruited for. And then what else? Retain them. What is retention? You keep them because you don't want to lose them. It's a good thing to hire good people, all right? Very. But it is more important to keep good people. We'll get into that. And guys, for the sake of time, we're going to be a bit quick on some practically does not do definitions. Definitions tend to restrict you. Definitions tend to limit the way you can think about a particular construct. So he taught me to let it flow. So talent management is what you think it is. I've described it for you. Now, what are the things that encompass talent management? What are the things we're going to be looking at? Okay. Objective here. All right. So now, the next thing we should be looking at now, talent management foundation. No, we can go ahead back to the foundation. Talent management foundation. You guys are very lucky. You're very lucky. My teacher doesn't do presentations. He doesn't do slides. If you don't get it, you don't get it. You have to be a part of it. So this is a blessing for you people. Okay, what is the foundation of talent management? Where does it start from? To explore this properly, we're going to be looking at a couple of things. The introduction, we have done that. We don't need to go over that. We're going to be looking at the key elements of talent management. Next slide, sir. Now, what are the key elements of talent management, guys? We have attraction. We have development. We have deployment. We have retention. Attraction, development, deployment, retention. ADDR. In as much as it's given here, ADRD. However, it works for you. Excuse me. What's attraction? The ability to draw something, to draw attention. The ability to compel something to you. So attraction now in talent management means the ability of an organization or of a human resource professional to be able to acquire qualified personnel. That's attraction. To be able to attract, to be able to draw closer, to be able to win over. You see that. So however word this covers a lot. Sourcing, recruiting, development is making sure the people you have brought on board actually have the prerequisite skills to deliver. No be cho. Let us show working. You understand? So you develop people because you don't want them to go and embarrass you outside. See, ask me questions. Let me laugh at you here. It's better so that they will not go and laugh at me outside here because I am your guy. You understand? You go out now, you're affiliated to Mr. Victor Valdez. You're talking bullshit, nonsense, and you know Mr. Victor. It's me that is the laughing stock. So guys, let's laugh at ourselves in-house. All right? Don't be ashamed of asking questions. Development, let's train ourselves. That's the next thing. You train your human resource professional, your human resources, your employees, your staff, those you have attracted. Next element is deployment. That's how I like to put it. Deployment, like you said, is posting, you can say. Assigning roles, posting to departments. There are different metrics, there are different criteria you use to acquire these people, to recruit these people. You have trained them in different fields according to their potential. Now you're going to post them. You can't bring someone that you have trained in accounts, all right? In accounts, that's what he's good at, his qualification. Let's say his talent, accounting, numbers, is a numbers person, all right? And the next thing is what? You send him to customer care. That is not, it doesn't fit. And your job as a human resource professional, in the summary, is what? Fit the job to the man and the man into the job. Don't forget that. Everything you do in human resource management boils down to that thing. Fitting the man into the job and the job into the man. All right? So deployment, deploy people to the right places. And next is retention. Keep them. There's no money to throw around. Ensure that you keep good people. Next slide, sir. The importance of talent management. There are a lot of things. We can quickly go over that. A lot of importance. Now we have fostering innovation and creativity. Because by the time you manage people, you improve creativity. You let people, if you properly manage people, you don't control people. Talent management, not talent micromanagement, right? You don't control people. You let them, you give them autonomy. You let them think. You be the proud dad, all right? Now you sit back and watch, okay? What's my guy going to do? And then you take notes. So you foster innovation and creativity, improve operational efficiency, you make your workplace better, you enhance customer satisfaction, which is actually the best thing. Remember, you're in it as a business, and your business is to satisfy the customer's needs. So whatever you do, all this English we're speaking is going to boil down to ensuring that our customers are satisfied. MTN will not be making money if they do not easily link communication between A and B. No, gaining a competitive edge. Next up. Hey, Mr. Jude, if you're with me, we could move next to the next slide. We're going to be running over this. Some of them, again, we could just briefly tip off because of time. Now we're on the cycle, the life cycle of talent management. First one is attracting, next developing, C, deploying, and then retaining. You see that? Now attracting talent. How do you attract talent? Guys, don't use my examples. Darlington, you seem like a fine boy that used to like all this. So if you're going to class, that lecture, that general class, JSC class, is a hall, big class. Everybody comes to that class. You wear your best clothes. All right? You wear, I know it for a fact. Relax. It's not a question. You wear your best clothes. You polish your shoes, your sneakers on point, everything fresh. Your hair. So, why? For the girls, for the babes. Let's not kid ourselves, man. That is the purpose of it. Why? You want to look attractive. Why? You want to attract something to you. So first is what? You need to be attract first. Okay, let me put it this way. Identify the talent you need. You have probably seen this girl that is very cool. Guys, don't use this example in your exam. I'm not responsible for that. No, I'm not. All right. You've identified this girl you like. You've identified the talent you're looking for. Probably maybe a customer care service, a customer care agent. All right. How do you identify this? You analyze your current needs. Your need, it's got needs assessment. You have to assess your organization. Before I go out to buy electronics, I must have agreed that I need electronics in my house. See that? You first of all carry out a needs assessment. After the needs assessment, the next thing is what? Build a strong employer brand. A strong employer brand. An employer brand is like a magnet. We know of the big four, Ernst and Young, KPMG, Deloitte, people. We know of MTN. What's MTN known for? Yellow. Second one is what? Everywhere you go. You see, what are these things? Their brand visuals, their brand taglines, whatever it's what the most important thing is what? There is a brand to it. So what is your employer brand? What message are you sending out there? Are you attractive? Do people want to associate themselves with you? If you go out there now and say, this is me, will people want to stand with you or people would shift? Employer brand, create a positive reputation. All right. There are lots of things that go under that. But the point is, build an employer brand, a strong employer brand. Let people okay. The next is what? Develop an effective recruitment strategy. What strategies? Develop effective recruitment strategies. What are recruitment strategies? How to acquire people, how to get talent into your organization. There are a lot of them. You do not localize yourself. What do I mean by localize? This is the one we used to do in my organization. No, sir. That is not the one we used to do in our organization. We learn and we live better. Things improve. Before, computers were this size. Now you have things as slim as razor blades you can put in your pocket. You can flip them over. We're moving. Be eclectic. Combine approaches. You see, utilize different channels. There are lots of them. We have targeted ads on social media. See that. We have what job boards. You see, we have recruitment agencies. We have freelance recruiters. Hey. And another thing you will get in this field very much is the moment you introduce yourself. Oh, my name is Mr. Darlington. I'm an HR professional. Ah, I'm finding job now. Hello. What does that mean? I said I'm a human resource professional. I never said I'm a recruiter. My only role in maybe recruiting is because that's my job description for my organization where I'm working. I could be a human resource professional in my whole life. I have never done one interview or one recruitment exercise before. You see, but then again, to be good, you have to touch some of all these things. Next slide, sir. Okay. Developing talent. After you attract the talent, you do what? You develop them. You train them. People come with talent, people come with potential. It's left for you, the human resource manager, the human resource professional, the makeup artist to bring out this beauty. What steps do you take to develop the talent you acquire? First, onboarding. What is onboarding? Before we go to onboarding, guys, do we have any idea what it takes to bring someone into an organization? Can someone throw me a bone there? Gloria, do you mind? I'm very particular, so I'll call names. Remember, guys, there's no right or wrong answer in human resource management. It's perspective, angles. There are no right or wrong answers. Let's talk. Gloria, do you have an idea? You don't need to get the terminologies right. I know what this stage where we are. We all pass through the stage. So it's the thing that you pick up as it goes. You can't finish them. Gloria, what does it take to bring people on board? What does it take to bring people into the organization?
Sorry, I'm having a little network problem. Come again with the question.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having network issues. Come again.
Give us a highlight, a bit of what you know that it takes to bring people into an organization. What process do you think it takes to bring people into an organization? We can't spend forever, so quickly let's jump in then you can catch up. You can catch
Okay,
up with
you
us.
just okay, bring it orientation. Okay, we are talking about
Yes,
the process of bringing people to. Okay, just
yes.
is a normal formal onboarding that is orientation section and clear explanation of their roles and performance explanation, normal practical training.
Okay. That's what I was trying to establish. Everybody starts from onboarding. But do we understand that there's something that happens before onboarding? Does anybody have any idea what that is? Basic? Throw the bone.
Not really, sir. Apart
Okay.
from interview, apart from screening of CVs, then interviewing for interview, then negotiation process before onboarding.
Okay. Okay. Like that, apart from interviewing, I like you go ahead to tell us not really, and then you tell us a whole lot of things which are still correct. See, terminology is some of the things that we would acquire as we move on. All right. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. For time's sake, do we understand there's something called pre-boarding? Well, we're knowing it now. That's the purpose of us here. What is pre-boarding? These are a series of activities that happen before the onboarding. And then again, I'll flip you over to the end. There's also something called offboarding. You see that? But nobody talks about these things. Everybody focuses on onboarding. That's because we have woke HRs these days. People do not want to do the work. They rather want to look the part, dressed up in silky suits and ties. All right. Now, pre-boarding, a series of activities that happen before the onboarding. You see, their documentation. You see that we didn't talk about that. You see, those tests that they say you should carry out. What happens? Where do they go? What do you call that stage when you're submitting those tests? Those reference forms. Those what do you call those? Now, let's stick to the main thing now. Onboarding. You onboard new hires. Onboarding is a system of integrating new people into the system, into the workforce, integrating the new hires into your organization. What do? You spill out your vision, your mission, your policy, your trajectory, your organizational chart, your organogram, your communication channel. Why are you doing this? These are the tools necessarily needed for success. We'll talk about all of them as we go further. But I bet you, if you fail at onboarding, it's a slippery slope. You're going downhill. The moment you fail at onboarding, you're going downhill because they have failed to get the very rudiments that made you stay there as an organization. At the onboarding is where you give the reason why your heart ticks as an organization. I'm not talking of vision mission on the wall with fancy English. No. Why do you come to work every day? Why do we exist as an organization? What problem do we solve? You see, these things are communicated during the onboarding. If you don't get your onboarding right, it's going to be a long walk with freedom. All right. And then after that, the next is what? You provide ongoing learning and development. Make sure you keep training your people. Learning never stops. What did they say? You start dying the day you stop learning. No matter how much you know, you can always know more. Next, you do what? Is performance management. These are approaches to what? Talent development. You see, so after you develop your talent, what do? You see, next thing we should be talking about retaining. Mr. Jude, if you wouldn't mind, we can flip. Retaining your top performers, retaining your top talent. All right, Mr. Jude, can you hear me? Next slide, so that we're up on the same thing. You see, now what is talent retention? Talent retention is keeping them. All right, it's not enough to just tell her to get Jessica to say yes and agree to go out with you. It is more to keep Jessica. That's what's more important. Why? Because a lot of things. You attracted Jessica, you got attracted. She's beautiful. She speaks well. She's intelligent. When you go out, guys be like, the darling people. You understand? There's that vibe. Now, don't you want the good things of life? You do. So you want to keep. Apart from that, you don't want to spend the same money you spend trying to woo another person that you would not keep. Retention is key. Hiring top talent is good. Retaining top talent is key. Right? Ensuring that top talent does not leave your organization. Okay. How do you do that? One, you create a positive work environment. You create a positive work environment. Organizational culture, the behavior, the communication. Let You don't wake up in the morning. You don't have a good workspace if people wake up in the morning and are already stressed about coming to work. No, you don't have a good workplace. If people cannot come to work happy, everybody has problems, but let it not be that the workplace is actually adding to it. Create a positive environment where people thrive, where people communicate properly, where people discuss ideas, where people collaborate as opposed to compete. You see, healthy competition is good. We'll attack that later. Create a positive work environment. People feel more valued. People feel more included. People feel carried along. They would rarely want to leave. Sometimes it's just a phone call. Hello, how are you doing? How was the day? You say that it's not much. Next is offer competitive compensation and benefits. This is interesting. Have you seen an advert where they say competitive salary? What is the salary competing with, Oga? Write the amount on the advert now. Don't waste my time. You fill a very long form and apply for a job and they say competitive salary. They ask you for how many years of experience and certifications. And at the end of the day, they offer you 150,000 naira, offer you 20,000 or 180,000 naira. You see. And the certification, it costs you like 600K to get. So what's that? The point is, offer. I'm not saying go above your size. No, cut your coat according to your size. Yes, but make sure it's competitive. Make sure it's worth looking at. Pay people what they deserve. Pay people what they deserve. If people put in the effort, they deserve remuneration that is commensurate with what they do. Let people understand you recognize their effort and you are doing your own part. All right. Next, what do we have? Promote work-life balance. Promote work-life balance. All right. How do you do this? Ensure that your people are taken care of. Ensure your people are taken care of, well taken care of. Let it not just be about work, work. Understand that these people are human beings. Think of them the way you think of yourself as a human resource professional. What things would you want to be done to you? Do them to those people. I don't need for communicating. Promote work. Encourage healthy boundaries. Don't. Okay. As of yesterday, by COB. Yesterday by COB, I was with my boss. All right, and we're working. Actually, we're at work today, but ours is quite different from the subordinate. So I needed the subordinate to do something for me. Okay, and I called him on the phone. I say, "Where are you?" He said, "I left the office. I'm on my way home." I said, "Okay, go back. I need you to do this and do this and do this." And my boss asked me, "What's that?" Then I need him to do this, and then I say, "No, let him go. Let him go. He'll do it tomorrow." I say, "Why?" I'm actually more concerned about achieving the goal at that point. That was my human flaw. I'm saying this because you will make mistakes, but don't sleep on them. Don't let them define it. But he had to call me to order, like, "Guy, relax. He has a life to live. He has been at work since morning." Normally, he would go back because I am his boss, you see. But that is what you should do. Ensure that you strike a balance. Let your people know you value them as well. That was a lesson I'll never forget. So he said, "No, leave him. Let him go. You understand? The world is not going to end. He'll do it tomorrow." Always make sure you show your people you love them. Let's, after that, we're on to our next. Guys, please, if this is making sense, give a thumbs up. I don't want us to feel like we're wasting time. At the end of the day, we should be able to pick something. All right? Even if it's just a thing we get from here, I'm okay. You see. Now, remember, what are we looking at? How to keep top talent, how to retain top talent. You see, how to make room for them to thrive, make them not to go anywhere. That is what you're looking for. That is why all these things are important. These guys are trying to distract me, but God passed them. They should be offering it down in it. They're mad. All right, create a positive work environment, offer competitive compensation and benefits. Compensation and benefits now, I'm not talking just salary. What kind of other perks do you have? All right, what kind of other perks do you offer? All right, I'm serious now. Okay, if you have an organization, let's say, um, now I'm going to get to Jovita, can you hear me? Jovita? Can Jovita hear me? Hey guys, Jovita, if you're there, please say hello. I need to know, if you have an organization, what are the kind of benefits that you would actually give? Can anybody throw us in apart from salary? What are the other perks that you would like to give?
Yes, apart from salary, I think health benefit is also there, which is the HMO.
Health?
Yeah, like the
Okay.
HMO, the HMO, and for some organization, what they do is the 13 months. And apart from the 13 months, there's also other benefits that the staff enjoys. Some organizations have quarterly, like the productivity, the finished goods and manufacturing, they make sure their staff have some of their products either in a quarterly basis or a yearly basis. So
Is
these
it
are
just
other
me, or can any other person also
benefits.
find difficulties listening to you? I can't get you clearly. But I understand you. You mentioned
Can you
health,
hear me
right?
now?
Yes, I can now.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, I can hear
I
you now.
mentioned the HMO. Okay, I mentioned
Yes,
the HMO and also talk about the 13 months,
yes,
which
13-month
some
salary.
don't really do 13 months salary. What they do is Christmas bonus. Some
It's a
also make
personal
sure that
question.
they,
It's not like it's something that already exists. If you own your own organization, what will you do? It's a personal question. It's a
okay,
very personal question.
okay. I think for me, these things I've mentioned are the things I would do. The 13 months, the Christmas bonus, making sure that if it's
Okay,
a
that's
good
great.
manufacturing company, they stock the products
Yes,
also,
that's nice.
and what we call like meeting the target bonus also. I think I
Okay,
will also
let's go
encourage
ahead.
that.
I like that. That's great. So you see now, those are the other things. So,
Good afternoon, sir. Good
yes,
afternoon,
good
sir.
afternoon, Jovita.
Sorry, I slept off and I dozed off. I was feeling exhausted. Sorry. Sorry, sir.
You're a human being. You're a human being.
I heard what the last man said.
Speaker.
To me, yes, last speaker. Thank you, sir. I will add insurance to it.
Insurance. Okay.
Yes, key man insurance. We need to insure our staff because they are working
Human
with us.
insurance.
Yes, so it's important. Staff insurance. We
What do you mean by
insure
human insurance? Do you want
say key man. You should normal
key man?
insurance that will insure each staff. We provide it for them, which is very essential. It's part of the benefit.
Mr. Victor, are you there? Oh, Mr. Victor just left us for a while. Let's just be a little bit patient while he will join us. Thank you for your patience. Okay, kindly confirm if you can hear me, please. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. While we wait for Mr. Victor to rejoin us, I will also like to encourage us to follow our LinkedIn page, SHRPAN LinkedIn page. Also tell a friend also about SHRPAN. We are building this community together. We are learning together. We are growing together. So this is a platform where you come and learn from professionals. So please, once again, please, I kindly appreciate you and encourage us to be a little bit patient while Mr. Victor will join us. Also, the WhatsApp number will be posted on the chat box, and also the every other information that you need to know about SHRPAN will be posted on the WhatsApp on the chat box. Thank you very much.
Can we all hear me? Sorry for the Nigerian factor. Sorry for the Nigerian factor. Can we hear me?
Yes, Mr. Victor, we can hear you loud and clear. Please confirm if you can hear Mr. Victor so that we'll proceed.
Yes, Mr. Jude, I'm with you. Thank you very much. Right. That's a quick one. You people don't know a thing about Mr. Jude. Is a very good friend, is a personal friend and partner. Accountability. He makes sure you do what you said you would do. He will remind you. You see, and he carries you each step of the way. In the process of this session, this class, something happened. We communicated and it was solved. And it's very seamless working with Mr. Jude. You guys should get to know him. He's very, very helpful. Thanks for being you, Mr. Jude. I appreciate it. Now we're in transitioning talent. Okay? We're in transitioning talent. You see, the first step in transitioning talent is what? Succession planning. What is transitioning talent in the first place? When you want to switch, when you want to swerve, when you're driving, you say you want to switch lanes. Your transition, probably somebody moving from, you can transition from within the same career space. You can transition in career or intra career. You understand that? So, what is your job as a human resource professional in the case of transition? These are the things you should take into account because transition must happen in your organization. It must happen. People must move. All right. People must leave. All right. People must switch roles. There are things that happen. It's a fact of life. So what do? Do you want to be caught with your hands in your pocket? No, you prepare for that. How do you do it? These are the following steps you take. One, succession planning. What is succession planning? Yeah. Have you heard of the next of kin job? Yes, now. Next of kin, that's what succession planning is. All right. If you leave your house now, who is going to do what you do? Ask yourself that. If you don't have an answer, then you're not ready to leave your house. If you're a human resource person, Darlington, if you leave your house, who is going to take over the role that you're playing now? Who is that person? Is that person well? Does that person know what the person is going to do? If there's no answer to that, you're not ready to leave the house. You have not actually structured a very good succession plan. There are organizations that people leave and they get to hire like 2 or 3 people or 4 people. Okay, someone that I learned from again a lot, Mr. Ike now, Garicha. Garicha left his organization. He was one person, and they had to hire 3 people to replace him. 3 people. Why? They discovered the nature of what he was doing and divided the role. It was too much because one person couldn't do it, but he did. He's that exceptional. Succession planning is when you identify and develop people that will take over roles should the current holders leave. Do you understand that? The next is what? PIP. We've all heard this. Performance Improvement Plan. This is another transitioning. When someone is not doing very well, all right, you want the person to do better. What do? You put the person on PIP. PIP, Performance Improvement Plan. It's a series of steps that try to support the person and then make the person get back on track in line with performance. Next is what? Outplacement services. What's outplacement services? Resources. Look for help. Contact Mr. Amos. He will get you the like currently he's looking for 20 graduate trainees. 20 graduate trainees around Nigeria. He has to post some in Lagos. He has to post some. He has about 5, 6 in Abuja. You understand that? He gets you people. He will get you the best. That's why I told you that when he came in, he's not someone to joke with in this HR space. All right? Now, after we have understood this, the next thing is what? Talent acquisition. We're on module 2, sir. Mr. Jude, are you with me? After you've attracted, developed, and trained, and after you've acquired, got into people, next is what? We're looking at the acquisition. Okay? Mr. Drew, can you hear me? Yes, we're together. All right? Guys, from the foundation, breaking down the elements, do we have any questions? Or we'll take them at the end of the class. If we have questions, we can punch, we can say, okay, someone is speaking. Who's that?
Mr. Victor, can you see my slide?
Yes, I'm with you. We're on workforce planning.
Thank you very much.
Guys, are we together? Well, let's proceed. What is workforce planning? People underestimate the importance of a to-do list. I don't, right? I don't. My friend, sorry, I'm going to run into serious trouble if I keep using the word. My friend, my brother actually, he's a problem person. This is what I mean. He is naturally gifted, right? So he freestyles very much, very much. And God so kind, he's been blessed with a lot of activity, a lot of tasks that keep him up to date with his nature. Me, on the other hand, I'm not very good at freestyling. I have to write it. If I don't write it, my day is scrap. Yeah, it used to be as tiny details as dress the bed. Okay, take your bath. Of course, I have to bath, but why are you writing it? You see, okay, call this person and remind him of this. Call this. You see, my brother, at all, he knows what he is going to. They say, okay, how far? And I'm going to go see Mr. Richard. He's supposed to bring rods. We will carry the rods, go school. We get back from there now like this. We are on the way to go see Mr. Richard. Instantly, we are going to the hospital. Guy, we see with the call for here. No, I'm supposed to see Dr. Oche quick, make I do. What are we doing? He's like that. But he's very productive. He works like that. It works for him. Not so for me. You see, what I'm saying is, I plan. Work for people plan. You should plan. It's not like he doesn't have a plan. He has it. He does. Me, I stick to it. If not, my head will blow. But workforce planning is the foundation of talent acquisition. You plan what you need. You look for what you need. You acquire what you need. That's very important. Very, very important. Okay. So workforce planning, it gives you foresight. It's forecasting what you need and then going for it. Next step, time. So let's move. Some of these things, let's understand ourselves that these are just guidelines. They are more details. So you know you have to break them down. You have to research. You have to read more. My contact, my email, my phone number. You meet Mr. Jude. He can provide you everything you need. You can reach out to him. He will reach out to me. You can reach out to me directly. Mr. Jude, can we swing? Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Can we move to the next slide? Because I'm already on the next slide. After your workforce planning, we're under talent acquisition now. That is acquiring the talent you need. How do you acquire the talent you need? First, you have to plan, workforce planning. You take a look at your organization. What do I need? Okay, I have a school. Okay, I need teachers first. All right, no. I also have a creche where there are kids. What do you need? You need nannies. You see, so you understand what your need is. That you plan for it. You know the skills it takes for a good nanny, for a good teacher. You see that you can write them down and follow them step by step if that's how it works for you. You can freestyle if you're my brother, if that works for you. But there must be a plan which you're working with. You see that you should have a plan, and then you go for this thing. After planning, the next thing is what? You analyze your current workforce. Now you have planned on what you're going to get. Where are you going to get them from? From out there where you source candidates, source applicants, right? And people. And then where are you going to bring them? You're going to bring them into your organization where there are already people. So how do you integrate them with your current workforce? To understand or to get that answer, you analyze your current workforce. You understand where you are before you know where you need to go. Don't forget that. You do what? Understand where you are before you know where you need to go. That's why for people that just move, you end up going around in circles. You did not understand your position at the first one, and then you just started moving. So where are you going to? When you understand where you are, you know what you need, then you know where you're going to. Why? Because you know what you're going to get. By the time you get that, it makes you better. Analyzing your current workforce means taking stock of what? Skills inventory. What kind of skills do you have in your organization? What kind of skills do you have in your organization? What do you need? You carry out an assessment. You see, a skill assessment test. There are a lot of them. You have people that are computer literate. You know the difference between white collar and blue collar. You see, you know the difference between technical and soft skills. You see, you know the difference between let's say rigid and then transferable skills. See, you analyze all these things. What are transferable skills? Skills that are not restricted to any discipline. Like what? Adaptability, cooperation, teamwork, critical thinking. Analyze those things. You can apply them anywhere. Know when you need know when you need transferable skills. Know when you need soft skills. Know where you need technical skills. You cannot go and hire because he knows how to communicate. Hello, which is what are you doing here? You're supposed to know how to work a database. That's where you need technical skills. You get that? You can't go and bring a beautiful lady that does not know how to cook and put her in the kitchen because she's attractive. I don't understand. Your customers, your guests, are they going to eat beauty? No. Know where you need skills. Take an inventory of the skills. Next is what? Performance review. Carry out performance review. As a human resource professional, this is something you're going to be tasked with and steady. And it's a difficult job. They'll frustrate you. People will frustrate you. I'll explain how. Let's say, Mr. Drew, can you hear me? Mr. Jude, if you can hear me, please say something. Well, maybe he is not with us yet, but now, performance review. When you carry out performance review,
I can hear you,
right,
sir. I can hear you.
You're assessing the level at which your staff are doing their job. Okay, thank you. Please stay with me. All right. Now, when you carry out performance reviews, it means you're assessing the level to which your employees are carrying out their job. When I say assessing the level, it's not just regular. What's the success rate at which they are achieving those targets? You see that? Now, where I said it, people might frustrate you is because as a human resource professional, you may find yourself in a field where you don't know anything. And you're the human resource professional manager of that organization. You have to own the process of performance appraisal or performance evaluation. But you don't know anything about it. So how do you do it? If you're not careful, they will eat you alive. Let's say you find yourself in Mr. Jude now, okay, let's say Mr. Jude finds himself in a hospital as a human resource manager in the hospital, and he is not a doctor or a health practitioner in any way. How does he assess the performance of doctors? Food for thought. Mr. Jude, sleep on that. You give us an answer in our next class. But the point is, you identify the strengths, weaknesses, and potential gaps in your workforce currently through performance appraisal, through reviews. Demographics. Last class we had, it was a class on what? Generational gap, Gen Z, baby boomers, silent generation, Gen X. Okay. What are the demographics in your workplace? What are demographics? Social variables, gender, all right? What else? Age. You see that? What else? Physique. If you want to introduce things that are less important, tribe, ethnicity, religion, these are demographics, but they're not as important to see. Now we're getting to the stage where we're going to begin to include what sexual orientation as a demographic. You get, because these days, and gender, we don't even know who is what anymore. Take stock of your demographics. The next is what? Organizational structure. Look at your organogram. People think an organogram is just a chart. It's just a chart. That's where they miss the point. The organogram is the organization, down to the very bit of picking a pen. If you give me your organizational structure, by chance I come to any of your organizations now, and you give me your organizational structure, by face value, by looking at it, I can tell you certain things in it. I can tell you where you're likely to get challenges by looking at your organizational structure. So, guys, when you go home today, ask yourself, how well do I know how to read an organizational structure? How well do I know how to read an organizational chart? You see that? Thank you very much, sir. You see? Now, you have actually done what? Analyze your workforce. The next is identify future needs. What are the things you're looking for? Where are we going to be 10 years from now? One, business goals. Where are you going to be 10 years from now? Will you be doing the same thing you're doing now? You will be obsolete. Market trend. What's the market saying? Pay attention to the market. We're in the space of HR. We're in the space of AI. Sorry. What is the organization doing? What kind of people are you looking at? The people you will employ now, what skills do they have? Forecasting, that's another thing. Make sure, project. What do you think this person should be doing in this number of years? Is this what is going to be required? Skill gap. What skills will I need? As it stands now, if I'm hiring somebody for an organization, I am not going to hire somebody that told me that proficiency in Microsoft Office. I don't understand this. Anybody can be proficient in Microsoft Office. What are you doing next? You see, what do you know about machine learning? You see, these are some of the things that we should be talking about. All right. Now, that's identify. Then develop a talent acquisition strategy. What's a talent acquisition strategy? Under your talent acquisition strategy, you have strategic objectives. Define the objectives of your talent acquisition strategy. What are you looking to achieve? You see that? Align this with your business goals. Guys, these days you find people saying HR is no longer just about people, it's about business. And it makes sure that HR has always been about business. HR has always been about profit making. People are just realizing it. Why? The business doesn't make money by itself, doesn't download money. It's the people's performance that lead to attainment of organizational goals, which is customer satisfaction, which in turn brings money. A, B, C. It's all connected. It's now that people are realizing it. You guys are opportune to know this thing from the get-go. This is what is making your foundation. You guys are going to be the best human resource professionals in this generation. I'm going to look forward to you guys in the class. All right? I'll trace you people everywhere you walk and evaluate your performance, even though you're not my students anymore. All right? If somebody wants me to do that, come on, give me a thumbs up. I did try. Oh. No thumbs up, no more class. I see you in the head, no DJ. All right, guys, now great. Timeline, budgeting. Develop a business strategy. The next is budgeting. How much do you set aside? Recruitment is expensive. Remember when I said it's a good thing to get good talent, but it's better to keep them. Why? You don't want to spend the same money you spend on recruitment again. I'm carrying out a recruitment, right? I have my HR team. You see, whenever I'm carrying out the recruitment, I know how much I spend. See, now I'm not talking about data, or I'm not talking about subscription to job boards. I'm not talking about ads. No, I'm not talking about that. Down to the point where maybe let's get to the physical evaluation. So now we can talk paper, you see, the form, evaluation. We can talk pen, because I'm not expecting you to bring your pen from home and come and do an interview for me. I should be ready. My organization puts the bill. See that paper, you put it, the photocopier, it's there. And then the people, they are not going to stay from 8 o'clock till 4 p.m. hungry. And you're going to give an allowance outside their salary. There's a budget. What's the budget you've allocated for human resource, for hiring? You see that? Then next is timeline. When do you want to fill this role? When do you want to fill this role? As to speak, I am in dire need of a maintenance executive. I am struggling up to my foot. You see, I'm looking for a maintenance executive due to the nature of environments where the organization I find myself in. You see, I'm looking for that, but I don't have time. So pay attention to your time, because the more time you waste, the more your organization suffers. And you may think it's not costing you money, but that's because you're looking at it isolated, in isolation. When you do the mathematics, each person that is not there or each ounce of underperformance costs you money. That's why they say HR is the cost center. I have one of the dirtiest jobs in this life. I drop bills for a living. Okay, we need training. We need training budget. See what I need. Okay, see overhead. Okay, see allowance. Okay, these people, they go this place. See how much. Now that's my job. I request for money. There's a time, a period, a particular period in the month. My CEO, he will not answer the call. Yeah. He will tell you before that time. Oh, they say, Victor, if you call me, I will not answer. He knows billing is my job. So guys, get ready. All right, you're about to enter troubled water. Next, metrics. How do you measure the success of your recruitment strategy? Mr. Jude, are we together? Can we flip? Please, if you think this class is worth it, throw a thumbs up. At each point, we should be checking ourselves, and then let me know where I should adjust. Let me know what I should do better. Let me know where you have challenges. It's not about the amount of time we spend, it's the amount of value we get that is important. It's not about the amount of time we spend, it's the amount of value we get that is important. I'm sure Mr. Jude will agree with me. Mr. Jude, are we together on this one, or you think different? Great guy. Recruitment strategies. What strategies do you use for recruitment? Time is changing. Things are changing. Before, we had to use brown file. If you see somebody is looking for a job, you expect the person with the brown file, right? Yes. These days, we don't. These days, you don't even know how people get jobs. You just find out they are working. Some people never leave their house and they are employed, like 9 to 5. But I can stay here, right? This is work for me. I'm getting paid for this, all right? This is not free. You understand that? I'm communicating with you guys. I'm delivering value. What we have never met before. Things are changing. How are you changing with the times? What strategies are you adopting? You see, there are ways, recruitment strategies should move with the time. You take online applications, yes. Application portals, yes. You align yourself with professional bodies, yes. Like what? SHRPAN, Society for Human Resource Professionals and Administrators of Nigeria. Now let me tell you an example how this works. Maybe tomorrow I go out with a couple of friends, and then let's say a friend of mine that is in 21st growth mindset. All right, now he says that there's a lot of work. Oh, I need human resource officer. This person just resigned. The work depressed for me. What do? I'm already thinking. I'm affiliated to a professional body. What professional body? Society for Human Resource Professionals and Administrators of Nigeria. And what do I think? I had a session one time, and there was a guy who, Bassi John, he said his what? His HRO somewhere. I said, okay, chill, guy, chill. Make I ask Faith. You see, or I call Faith's number doesn't connect. Or who else? I reach out to Jude. Jude, how far? You remember this guy, Bassi, who been get online one time? He said, find him for me. What does that mean? I have somebody looking for professional networks. These are strategies. You see that? Job boards. These are strategies. Conferences. These are strategies. Publications. These are strategies. You understand that? These are ways that we can do that. Employer branding. I said something about employer branding. That's another strategy. Hmm? The first one, employer branding. What is employer branding? Employer branding is an encapsulation of the message you are sending out to the society. What is making you attractive? What are people know? What are people knowing you for? Mr. Jude, we're on employer branding. Let's okay, yes, we're together now. You see, now let me ask a question, and I need an answer. When I say Nike, what comes to your mind? Darlington. When I say Nike, what comes to your mind?
It's a brand, an international brand.
An international brand. Yes, that is what it is. But what picture do you see? Tell me. You don't need to think a lot. Just tell me.
As,
Okay.
I see it, I see it as a kind of, I see them as sponsors.
You see them as sponsor.
Yeah, I see them as sponsors. Sorry, I'm familiar with football. Okay, like
Football is
sponsor.
fun.
Yes, yeah. So like sponsor, the jerseys, you see the Nike logo there. You see
Jersey.
the boots, you see the Nike logo there. Like a kind of
Logo. What
marketing
logo
as
is
well
that?
too. Yeah, Nike logo. Like a kind of
What's the Nike
marketing.
logo? It's a swoosh. It's called the Nike swoosh. That swoosh like this, right? It's like a mark, a pass mark in exam, right?
Yes.
Why do you think they use that? Subconsciously, psychologically, you're being conditioned to attach positivity, to attach correctness with Nike. That's why the swoosh is there. If you're using Nike, you're getting it correct. That's what it means. You see. And then what's their tagline? Just do it. Nike, just do it. That means just do it. You will be correct. Psychological, these things, people pay attention to them. They are not done by mistake. They don't just happen. And subconsciously you're following these things, but you do not know that that is what you're doing. So that is branding, employer branding. It's the message that they send out. It's the subconscious message they send out there that registers in the mind of candidates. I'll give you another example. Yellow is bright. That's MTN. Once you see yellow, the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, if you see telecommunications and there's yellow on it, MTN comes to mind. And yellow is a bright color. And then what else? What's the tagline of MTN? Can anybody help us out? Tagline, guys.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go. Exactly. So what are they saying? We are everywhere you go. So anywhere on this world, you want an MTN SIM. Has it worked or not? Everybody has an MTN SIM card. Everybody. Almost everybody. It is working. Employer branding. Please call me out if I'm wrong, or call me out when I'm misleading you guys. Employer branding involves a couple of things. To break it down, one, company culture. You promote the company's culture, values, and work. To attract top talent, you need to sell out the good culture. Like everywhere you go, you understand, like just do it, give people courage. You understand that kind of thing? You send out positivity. People want to attach themselves with positivity. Next is brand messaging. What kind of message are you sending out there? We value our employees, EVP. You see, there's something called employer value proposition, EVP. That is what sets you apart from other people. I walk up to you now and then I ask, what's your EVP? It's English, fancy, I'll wear a suit, I'll look smart. That doesn't mean anything. What I'm just trying to say is, oh God, what do you they give me? What are you proposing? What value are you adding? You understand what I'm saying? So brand messaging, what's your EVP? Digital presence. On that, all these are under employer branding. Are you online? You understand? This is 2025. We're going to 2026. We just spoke about people not walking around with brown envelopes looking for jobs. You see that? Next, employee advocacy. You see that? Do people speak up? There's this thing that in my network, right, that happened. Someone shared an experience that the human resource manager of an organization it's a good step in employee advocacy. No. If you don't want to know, don't ask. You have a messed up culture, people have told you, and then you're getting angry at them. You should fix it. You don't throw tantrums when you're told the truth. You go back to the drawing board and fix it. You say, after that now, sourcing candidates, after employer branding. The next is what? Sourcing candidates. How do you get candidates? We've been speaking about this over and over. One job board, you see, popular job boards, like what and what? Jobberman. All right? We have Jobberman. We have Hot Nigerian Jobs. We have NGO sites. We have Indeed. I can go on. Yes, Jovita, you have a question?
So we also have LinkedIn.
We have LinkedIn. Thank you very much. I like that. I like that. Any other person? Anything. We have Facebook. All right. We have X or Twitter or X. Okay. Next is what? Employee referrals. Employee referrals. What does that mean? Jude? Jude, are you with me?
Yes, please, I'm with you. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Can any other person hear me? Okay, I think it's Mr. Victor's network.
Right. Do you know?
I can hear you, Mr. Victor.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Now we're on employee referral as a sourcing strategy. All right. So I'm saying that I would consider my employee referrals first. Why? Because they are familiar with my work culture. They know that they will not recommend nonsense to me. You understand what I'm saying? Guys, please, I'm always sending a disclaimer. Do not take my examples out of context. I'm relating these things to everyday practice so you know how easy it is. These things are not translations of what you're seeing on the slides. I may be using examples for fun or reality checks, but this is real. That's to tell you that human resource is not different from life. It's just life in the workplace. The problems you will see there are real life problems. All right? I would listen to my employee first. He knows me. He knows how I work. He knows my culture. He knows my dress code. He knows I don't take nonsense. So he's not going to refer somebody that will make him look bad. And you yourself, do not play with referrals. Don't. Before you refer somebody, make sure you know what you're doing because it can ruin your reputation. If the person does bad, it's ruining your reputation, your relationship with whoever you refer the person to. Recruitment agencies. I told you that reach out to people. All right. Next, we have recruitment marketing. How do you market your recruitment? There's content marketing. You create content. It's online. There are people you do skits, however you would like to have it. Next is what? Targeted advertising. So you can actually try to meet up with that as well. We're running very low. We still have a lot of work, but we'll catch up. I trust us. All right. Next, you have email campaigns. Develop email marketing. Learn email marketing. You see Miss Faith? She's a workhorse. She doesn't stop learning. You think she's doing human resource, right? You think she's an HRO, right? Or you think she's an HRM, right? Go back to this lady's life and see her deal with coding. What I deal with computer, what I learn stuff. You understand that? She's steady improving. Why? You will need them. You will need them. Now imagine she's in an organization now and then the social media market manager maybe is out and they need to draft the campaign. They're looking for people now and they need to draft the campaign online. And she steps in, boom, I can handle email marketing. What do you think is going to happen to Ms. Faith? Her value in that organization is going to triple. Why? She knows how to carry different hats. You see, that's a plus. So always learn to always skill up, always improve. What I'm saying is recruitment marketing, you email, let people use your emails, send out ads, you understand that, do skits. TikTok is a very good place now. You see, Instagram is another huge market. And LinkedIn is a huge market. Explore contemporary markets, career fairs, events, SHRPAN conference, your induction. You see that? Selection. What is selection? I gave an example last time, right? Somebody is what? Grilling catfish. You see, he goes into the sea, catches fish. You see, right? That's what the recruitment process. He packs all the fish, right? He's looking for catfish. He throws back the fish, the prawn, and everything. You see, and what? He picks the catfish. From the catfish, he wants the big one. right? Selection from your pool of candidates. You do what you want, the qualified one. That's selection process. What are the processes in selection? First one is screening and interview. Yes, not that. I tell you guys, please, if you're writing your exam, do not write fish. Okay. The governing board is not going to understand that. Don't write fish in your exam, guys. All right. Next is screening and interviewing. What are the techniques you use in the first one? We have initial screening. The initial screening is what resume and cover letter review. You review the cover letter. This is where people lie a lot. Now ChatGPT is there. So ChatGPT will do a lot of stuff for you. You see people with colorful write-ups and very big English that when you call them, the personality and the English is not fitting. You see that now it's left for you as the HR to think through, to see through these gaps and then identify falsehoods. Because if you make a wrong hire, you may not sleep with your both eyes closed. I guarantee you. I'm speaking from experience. I know exactly what I'm saying. I have been to court. I've been to police stations. Yes, you see that. Okay, you understand that. So we try to catch up with these things quick. Make sure that you do that. Speak up when you see this falsehood. Don't sit and look at the application forms. Collect data on application forms. You see that. Look at the information there. Compare them to what you really see. Next is what? Video and phone screening. We're having a facial interview now. You can see me. Okay? Now let's move. You see, screening and interview techniques. What are the techniques for interviewing? All right, we have structured interviews. I'm sure by the decision of the governing board, this slide will be made available to you guys so that you can go through because time will not permit us. So I'm just going to skip some of these things up on it or touch the peripherals so you do more reading. It's a student-centered approach these days. Structured interviews, a set of questions where people answer. You understand that they write to, however it is. Behavioral interviews, describe an experience. When last, how did you handle a case of, let's say, conflict? Let's listen to that. Watch the person, pick the person's brain, critical thinking, problem solving, conflict resolution, interpersonal relationship. All right. Present a scenario and let them work with it. You see, how do you do this? Okay, if this is what's happening, if a customer comes to you and then slaps you, what will be your reaction as a customer service agent? Listen. Next, we have panel interviews. What is that? Panel interviews. Get a group of people. I told you guys. I told you guys that let's say maybe Mr. Jude is in the hospital. He wants to carry out the recruitment exercise, and there are doctors he has to recruit. He's not a doctor. He's going to look out for the human side of it, and he'll bring doctors on board. They form a part of the panel. You see that? Then next assessment method. You see skills test. We have psychometric tests to measure personalities, to measure emotional dispositions, work samples. You see, give them something similar to what they will be doing. Let them check. These things are all trying to measure how well they will do on the job. All right? You see, case studies. You see, assessment centers. These are things to measure how these people will behave. How will they do well if employed? You see that selection. That's the last one now. Candidate evaluation. After having gone through the whole base, what do? You make your choice. What do you take into consideration making your choice? You evaluate the candidate's assessment result, all the things you have done, how did the person perform? Reference check. Check the person's references. This person did this here in the school, the department. Make calls. Don't rely on what's on the CV alone. Background check. Who is this kind of person? It's a big job we have, but we all have to do it regardless. Decision making. You compare against candidates. That's where you arrive at who qualified. This person scored 10. This person scored 8. This person scored 6. So the 10 is the most qualified. You pick him up. By advance to something happens, you offer the person the job. Then next is negotiation. You negotiate the pay, the salary. If the person is going to accept it, fine. The next thing is what? Onboarding. You've gotten the person on board. You see that? Employee onboarding. We have discussed onboarding reasonably. You see, employee onboarding is a system of bringing the person into the system. It's a process, sorry, of bringing a new staff into an existing system, into your workforce. Okay? And that is what it takes a lot of things which we are going to list through. Remember, I said I'm going to drop my contact for communication. Integration, that's the first thing. That's what goals and objectives of what onboarding. Integration, you bring them into the system. You ensure that they understand what the system is about. Productivity, you give them chance to be able to do the work they said they will do well by training them. You see, engagement, you ensure that what's engagement? Emotional attachment to the organization. How do they get emotionally attached? They feel valued, they feel included, they feel carried along. Retention. I told you guys retention. Keeping them, making sure they stay through what? Very good pay, good work culture, work-life balance. You see that? Then an onboarding program. What do you do? How do you design an onboarding program? I told you guys about pre-boarding activities. What happens before they come in? The first day of work, paperwork, documentation, test results. You see, certification verification. Welcome, that's the next thing. You greet these people, you introduce them to already existing colleagues. Organizational culture. You break down what your organization is about, how you work, your do's and don'ts, your dress code, if you have any, your time of resumption. Expectations. Orientation. Somebody said that you tell them how to behave, how to do their job, what you expect of them. This is also where you get that done. Components of onboarding. The first one is what? Orientation sessions. What do you look out for in orientation sessions? Overview, company overview, policies and procedures, facilitator, introduction to the team. These are explanatory. You give them a breakdown of what you need, of what they need to know, where the dining room is for facilitator, you tell them where the waiting room is, where they introduce them their team members, team leads. You get that. The next, training and development plan. You plan for their training. You introduce them to what they will be learning. You see, you teach them what they are going to do on the job. Job specific training. There's on the job and there's off the job, on site and off site. You develop their skills. You teach them the skills that they need to excel in the organization. Professional development. You give them room for career growth. Let them expand professionally, not just locally. You see, next, cross-functional training. Let them know how to do other things. How do you achieve this? There's something called job rotation. Sometimes you take somebody that is here, you put him in another department and ensure he does that well. Next is what? Mentorship and body system. What is mentorship? Attaching a mentor, an existing and experienced employee, then you attach a new employee to him or her so that the person learns from that experienced person. Body system. What's the body system? These ones are peers. Mentor is what? Senior, junior. And then body is what? Peers. We're guys, but I'm more experienced. You understand that? So we can talk at the same level. We can use the same language. Next, feedback and support. Always give feedback. You see, ensure you give feedback. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, well, at employee development. Employee development is a very sensitive stage, a very, very important aspect. And at this particular point, I'm actually going to do some very, very, very important here. There's a friend of mine I introduced already, Mr. Jude. He's very grounded in employee development. I don't know. When it comes to employee development, there are a couple of things to look out for, like maybe performance review. I don't know. What do you think about performance review, Mr. Jude, in terms of employee development? What do you do? Identifying training needs or something? Do you mind? Please. Mr. Jude, are you with me? Yes. So we're talking about now when it comes to employee development, there are a couple of things that we need to know. One of them is what the very first stage, training and development program. On that training and development program, they say identifying training needs. So do you say anything that you would like to throw, maybe give us a bit of from your experience regarding these things when it comes to development of employees in the workplace and how it helps? I like us to communicate, so I want us to be involved in.
Okay, Mr. Victor. As regards employee development, you look at you try as much as you can as an HR person to identify the gap, because not only onboarding the employee, but also when you onboard them, you look at them, you assess them based on their skills. Do they have the right skill for the job? if they don't have the right skill for the job, so you look at it that there's a skill, there's a gap in this process. So you need to come in there and see how you can bridge that gap to make sure you bring the employee up to speed so that they can perform optimally in giving their best to the organization.
God, I
Thank you
love
very
that.
much.
I love that. Everybody, please give a thumbs up for Mr. Jude, guys. Come on, it's so good. Yeah, let's give a thumbs up. If our emojis are working, let's share. Let's use them. All right, guys, let's use them. Thank you very much, Esther. Thank you, Mr. Jude. Now, training needs you performance review, like you said. Check the skill gap. Employee surveys. You see, you check how much they know and what they need to know. You follow industry trends. You understand that? Then the next thing is what we have. Design training programs. Under design and training programs, you see, Mr. Drew, there's a flip. We're on the next slide. Under these training programs, we have learning objectives. You see, that means you should define clearly what the staff are going to learn and the training methods. Do you have any idea about some kind of training methods that could be used, Mr. Drew? You see, in terms of training new employees? Mr. Drew, are you with me?
With you, but I will appreciate if you can check your WhatsApp message, please.
Okay.
Yes, just please.
Message for me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Let me go through that. And then, well, as we move on, you see content development, delivery schedules. We'll look at those situations. All right. Then we have evaluating training effectiveness. How do you ensure that training is working? How do you ensure training is working? Okay, thank you, guys. Mr. Jude is telling me that my time is up. So he doesn't want to say it in the public class because he doesn't want to embarrass me. Don't worry, I'll do it on your behalf. I'm running away. Okay, I will quickly run through this peripheral and try to finish up. Under that, it's an interesting class. I love you guys. I love the class, but time is not on our side. You guys should allocate me more time with these beautiful people. You see, participant feedback, evaluating training. You see the performance metrics. These are how you have evaluated training, the effectiveness of your training. You see, so that you can be able to actually see value. What path are these people using? Where are they moving to? What is expected of them? Do you understand what I'm saying? Goal setting. You help them set goals. Okay. Okay. I like that. There's somebody that has a question. Please. The floor is yours, sir. Or are you notifying if there are questions, or you do have a question?
It's notifications. If anybody has a question, you can start dropping it in the comment section, or you can project to raise your hands and ask your question, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
While we carry that, let's try to move. We're on career path. Under career path, you look at goal setting, skill development, career planning, feedback, and coaching. There's a very important part of this I would like us to talk about. You see, now it's called what? Talent management system. It's on module 7. It's something I want you people to pay attention to greatly, and I wouldn't want to miss it for the world. Please, could we go to 65, Mr. Jude? It's priority. Slide 65. Do you know why? Because this is something very important. This is technology. And that's where we're moving to. And as human resource professionals, we need to understand technology. That is where we're moving to. You don't want to be the kind of HR that doesn't know how to use the TMS. What's the TMS? Talent management software or system. It's a computer software that incorporates or that includes a lot of HR activities, like what? Recruitment management, you see, performance management, learning and development, succession planning, employee engagement, you see, analytics and reporting. These things can all be done on a software by pressing keys on a computer. You see, while you're listening to me, please guys, take your questions down, but I can't miss this for the world. Okay? It's a very large course, talent management, but you have to know this thing. All right? It is a very large cost. Next is, well, how do you select after knowing the benefits? Now, these are the features and benefits of using a TMS. It helps you streamline your recruitment management, your performance management. You set goals, you conduct reviews, your learning and development. You shortlist trainings, topics to learn from, areas to concentrate on, trainings to attend, human facilitators to use, succession planning. What's the future for the organization? If this person leaves, who am I recruiting? What skills do I need? Analysis. You break things down. Next is what? What guides the right choice? First is what? You assess the needs of your organization again before you choose a software to use. You understand that? Does it fit? You can't be in Nigeria and be using a software that doesn't have the Nigerian labor law or doesn't align with the Nigerian tax system. It doesn't work like that. Assess your needs. Vendor evaluation. Which kind of software are you using? What kind of softwares do we have? We have Seamless HR. We have People Home. You understand? We have Oracle Talio. There are lots of them. They have ATS, applicant tracking systems in them. You see that? So customization. Can you customize it to how you see fit? Can you coin it to fit your organization, the needs you have? If you cannot customize it, sometimes it's really not wise to get it. Integrate it to what you have currently. Join it with your current system. Training and support. You see, next is what? Use data for talent insight. When you use data, you are a strong HR because people understand you. You are calling numbers. When you put numbers on the board, you see, people pay attention to you. Numbers don't lie. So you collect data, you analyze data, you present data through slides, you get plans, through the correct and good use of talent management softwares or systems. You see that predictive analytics. You can predict where a person may likely do good and where the person may fail. If someone has this kind of skills, he may actually do well in customer service. If someone has this kind of thing, he may do well in accounting. Predictive, it works. Then succession planning, we mentioned that over. Retention prediction, these are the people that are likely to stay. These are those that are likely to go. From your talent management software, guys, it's important to know computer talent pipeline. You know people that are in your pipeline, where you're hiring next. I wish we had more time. Guys, please, did it make sense through this class or we just wasted 2 hours of our time? Yeah. Okay, I'm glad. Thank you, guys. I was able to add value. I feel good. All right. Now, these are examples. Like I said, we have Oracle, HM Cloud, you understand, cloud-based. We have SAP SuccessFactors, you see. We have Workday, Pro. We have Seamless. You understand that kind of thing? These are people, these are guys that render these services. You see, so it should give you value for what you get. I'm going to take questions, guys. I skipped a couple of things, a couple of modules, but like I said, I'm always open. Mr. J, please, you have my email. You can put it in the chat box. Anybody that has questions regarding some of these things, person can reach out, and then we'll carry on. I'm open anytime for SHRPAN. I'm dedicated to SHRPAN. So if there's anything SHRPAN needs me for at 1 a.m., I'm available. Questions, guys. It can be on engagement. It can be on retention. It can be on performance. Say performance appraisal, whatever.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Victor. It's now time for question and answer. We want to try as much as possible to make sure that we round out this section by 6 p.m. So please, if you have your question, please kindly indicate and ask your questions, or if you want to drop them in the chat box, that will be fine. We'll still entertain that. Please, our WhatsApp number has been posted on the chat box. Okay, anybody wants to talk there? Anybody wants to ask a question? Okay, we have our WhatsApp number on the chat box. You can join us there via WhatsApp. Also, send us email to get more clarification and information as regards to SHRPAN. So please, your question, comment, remarks, and feedback. Like I told you, Mr. Victor is somebody that I always love to listen to. Each time, when I saw the prompt today from Oga HR that who will moderate today, so I looked at the role, the calendar, and I saw that it's Mr. Victor that is facilitating today. I said no, that I just have to. So please, it's a pleasure listening to him, and each time he comes here, he's always loaded. He's always loaded, and although the time is just our enemy for today, but regardless, I've gained one or two things, but I know Esther and Mr. Darlington too has also gained one or two things, and Jovita as well. So please, let's ask our questions. Let's ask our questions so that Mr. Victor can attend to them. So we'll round off by that particular point in time. Thank you very much.
Yes, guys.
Yes, sure. So, please, I want to ask one question. So, you mentioned that you look at the organization as HR, you look at the software that is suitable to make use of. For example, what if in the organization you are working, the organization does not have interest in having a software, they are still doing their recruitment, doing all their things manually, and you have approached your boss that, oh, so we need to have a software that we can be making use of to do all of these things, and he refused, what would you do, sir?
Okay, thank you. Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Now, change is something that people must resist. You see, some people are afraid of change because they feel they're not capable. You have to sell your value. You see, not just stating that we need to adopt the software. Why are we adopting that software? This is what not adopting that software is going to cost for us.